His real name is Chris Gaines.
Oh, no.
And he goes by Capital Gaines.
That's really good. That's really good.
Wait.
Game time. Time for games. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Drunkcast Live.
Yeah!
I'm Travis.
Hi, I'm Dylan.
We're a podcast that takes place in bars in Austin, Texas. Don's Depot more often than not. Which is the best part, mostly, yes.
Mostly.
And someday we'll come to your bar if you like us enough, or if you call 412-440-7460.
That's country code 01.
Oh, 01 for Cambridge, because
Yeah,
we're big in English. 77% now, is that what you said?
75 point something.
We'd like to have some drinks and talk about the things that have happened of the week, and we'd like to do it with interesting people. We're very lucky to have Chris Lloyd come back to be on the show again.
Huzzah.
My favorite publicist we've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, an exclusive list. I'm proud to be at the top of it.
Well, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You floated your way up.
And we're also very lucky to have a very special guest on the show.
Thank you.
Sara June, right?
Yes.
Like Star.
Yes.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you.
Comedian.
Thank you.
Talent.
Oh,
What else would you say?
No,
What
go
is-
on.
What
Beautiful.
Sure.
Keep talking. A director.
Director.
Director. Filmmaker.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah.
There we go. Your first time on the show, we have 3 questions we ask you. The
Okay.
first one is, what are you drinking?
Soda water with a lime.
Soda water with lime.
Wait, hold on. I brought watermelon juice.
Okay. Like a splash of, how many options of watermelon juice are there at Whole Foods?
There were a lot, but I bought just the plain one. Just plain old watermelon.
Just
I mean,
plain old one.
if we got
Just plain
grapefruit
watermelon.
vodka, would that entice you at all?
I would drink grapefruit juice.
Oh, okay.
I don't drink.
You don't drink at all?
No.
Okay.
I'm so
That's
sorry.
Well,
Crazy
I'm glad you're coming to a show.
She knew the name of the show.
Yeah.
I did know the name of the show.
I'm glad it didn't deter you.
I
That's
think
important.
she's the first non-drinker we've ever had.
Yeah, on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
purpose?
no, non-drinker on purpose.
Yeah, non-drinkers crash your show.
Yeah, that's not here.
You're like ninjas, man. They come out of the woodwork and they're like, "I'm not going to drink." Ha! Second question is, what is your spirit animal?
Elephant.
Elephant. Explain.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
I just like elephants, man.
African
elephants?
or Indian.
Oh,
Big ears or small ears?
is Indian one of the small ears?
Yes.
I would say Indian,
Okay.
because I also have small ears and
Well, there you go.
a big nose. And one time I rode on an elephant. It was probably an Indian elephant.
Sure.
Yeah.
And you never forgot it.
No,
Not a
never
video
did.
elephant.
No,
Yeah.
it was terrifying. It's really scary.
How old are you?
I was
Wait.
like 8.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
it
and
could
it
be
was
pretty
like
terrifying.
it was going up like a muddy hill, and I was sure that it would fall and we would all die.
Where was this?
It was in Thailand. We went to vacation in
Oh,
Thailand
cool,
when I was
cool,
8 years
cool.
old. Yeah.
Sweet.
And there was like a guy on the back of the elephant, like the elephant driver, I guess. It's an elephant cabbie, and he was whipping the elephant with like a whip.
Aw.
And now I'm like, oh, it was probably fine because elephants have really thick hides.
Sure.
So it probably didn't feel that much, but at the time I felt awful.
A lot of remorse.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Also fear of
was there
death.
anything about that trip you liked? I mean,
Overall, it was really. I mean, I got to feed bananas to the elephant afterwards.
Oh, that's
That
cool.
was really fun.
Aw.
Yeah.
elephants are really smart creatures. We're
They're very smart.
We're
They're
very
really-
pro elephant.
they
on the
never
show.
forget
They're one of my
things.
favorites, actually.
Yeah, because
They,
they're excellent and they're very,
They're
very
smart and they're sensitive.
Apparently, they have like rituals.
They do.
Like they will
Bury
perform
their dead,
rituals.
yeah.
And, they bury their dead, and
Yep.
they make pilgrimages to this one place. Not, I wouldn't call it a pilgrimage because it's not a religious thing, but apparently there's a place. Oh, I wish I remembered more details about the story. In Africa,
it might be religious.
Well, yeah,
you
well,
know. Yeah.
they go to get drunk. Is the thing is they go. There's a place where all this fruit falls on the ground, and they go there and they make this long journey every year, and they eat all this rotting fruit, and they get hella drunk, and then
Nice.
they just go back to where they came from.
It's like
Nice.
they're Burning Man.
So elephants are your spirit animal, but you're scared of them and they drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this.
No, that makes sense. You embrace your fears.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
You're like Batman. Right.
Oh right, Batman. Of course.
He's scared of bats, so he hugged that.
Exactly.
Batman.
Yeah.
Batman.
Either that or I would say I'm more like a cat than I am like an elephant.
Sure.
But let's go with
Let's stick with elephant. I think
Let's stick with
that's excellent.
elephant.
Yeah.
You're in it now.
No takesies back.
No
Yeah,
takes
all
these
right.
backs, especially for a spirit animal.
Yeah. Especially
Yeah,
an
that-
elephant.
Let's say I'm a cat. I'm a cat riding on an elephant.
Okay. Yeah.
Whoa, dual spirit animals.
Yeah.
Like a Lord of the Rings character.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw a picture online this week of a raven riding on the back of an eagle.
I saw that this morning. And
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's here today in
that.
the audience, actually.
Hey, guys. What? No pictures.
Don't let it get into the truffled almonds.
So the third question is supposed to be unique to you.
Okay.
Hopefully you never hear it again either.
Okay.
And it was going to be about elephants, actually. So I need to think of a new one.
No, tell me.
No, it was going to be what kind of elephant do you like? You like the Africa or
Oh.
maybe? No,
Sorry.
no, it wasn't. What is your favorite time of the day?
Oh, I don't know if I have a favorite time of the day, but I have a least. Can I talk about my least favorite time
Yes.
of the day?
Yes, please.
Afternoons. I hate afternoons.
You just hate
I would say from between noon and 5 is my least favorite time of the day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Unpack that.
Yeah.
Peak sun, so I get sleepy
Yeah.
when I go outside. It's very hot. And I feel like in the morning there's an optimism at the beginning of the day. I like to sleep late, but when I wake up early, I always feel really virtuous. And
Things are gonna
then,
happen.
but then by noon, you're like, oh, the sun has peaked, so has my, energy and my will to live, essentially. And then, but then at 5, the sun starts to go down, and you're like, oh, it's the beginning of the evening. It's a new beginning. But I feel like the
Okay.
afternoon is too much of a middle, where you're like,
It's like too long then.
exactly.
It's
You sort
too
of fe-
hot and it's like, yeah, okay.
and I feel like, oh, okay. I mean, if I wake up at 6, I'm like, I'm gonna get so much done. And but then at noon, I'm like, I didn't really get anything done. But then at 5, I'm like, I could stay up really late and do more cool stuff that I never did.
Wow.
And then,
So once it
That's
hits
interesting.
PM, if you haven't done anything,
basically,
then you're
yeah.
like, fuck you, son.
Yeah.
Stop hounding me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What I find really curious is that you don't drink, but that sounds like a perfect alcoholic.
It does, doesn't
'cause
it?
morning, hair of the dog. Ugh.
yeah.
Noon, you're sweating it out. 5
Yeah.
o'clock, happy hour.
Yeah.
You start the cycle over
right,
again.
yeah.
See, I can equate to that.
You should start drinking then. I think it's what we're trying to say.
I have drank in the past.
Get ba-
so
get back
I've
on that
never-
elephant.
Don't,
That's what
don't
we're
want to
saying.
stiff arm you. Like, this sounds like my 10th grade conversations,
Yeah.
but still.
So I like naps. Like I really want to go to Mexico and have like. I wish we had
Siestas?
siestas here.
You
Sure.
want to go to Spain where you want to go.
Is it Spain where they have siestas?
Spain,
Okay.
definitely.
That's like
siesta.
3 hours, 4 hours. Like
Oh my God,
middle, it's like
sounds perfect.
between like
No.
what, 1 and 5. They just don't do anything. They
Go-
sleep.
yeah,
Go
no,
to Italy. They don't do anything all day.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
It sounds like a lie, but like straight, like I was in Spain and it's like you get lunch by 11:30 or you're not eating until 3. Like
Wow.
it really,
Really?
really shuts down. Like it's not,
Yeah.
it's not a joke. Like it's
I'm
not
into
like,
that.
oh,
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
that's really how they're
unless you're trying to like ship something.
right, right.
Yeah.
Unless of course you're trying to not, be
Yeah.
a third world country.
We were
then
trying-
it's an
Yeah.
issue.
Oh, right. I know when I was working, I used to work with Dylan at a company called Photodex,
Yeah.
and we shipped internationally.
Yeah.
And if it was going to Italy or Hawaii, then it was always late.
Wow.
Like just because they just don't.
be gone.
Yeah, they'll be gone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a 2-day. What's the holiday?
Hakuna Matata.
Uh,
Let's do this.
pumpkin season? I don't know. Like, what are we eating today?
Oh my
Pumpkin
God.
season. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's why I call Hawaiians the Italians of the sea.
I would concur.
If you were just to say to me the Italians of the sea, I would assume you were talking about shrimp. I'd be like, oh, shrimp?
Because of the mustaches? Is
I don't know. They just shrimp seem Italian. Let's go with that. As
Well,
far as
I
marine
mean-
creatures go.
okay.
All right.
Cocktail sauce is the marinara sauce of the sea.
That's true.
So
That's
there's
true.
No,
some
my
overlap.
mama makes it right now. You know nothing.
So then what would the French be as a sea creature?
The French?
Yeah. what are the French
mollusks.
of the sea?
It's
Mollusks?
mollusks.
Yeah.
Mol-
Clams?
I was gonna
Yeah.
go with jellyfish.
Uh,
like kind of nice to look at, but generally just annoying, and you'd be okay if they weren't there.
A scallop?
Scallop?
I don't.
I would go with the
The fluffy and-
with a what do you call it? Not a crustacean, but a thing in a shell.
Yeah,
I'm
so
making a shell motion with my
Clam,
hands.
oyster, mollusk, barnacle.
Yeah, sure. Anything phlegmy, I think, yeah.
Anything phlegmy, yeah.
So
With
oyster,
a hard
yeah.
exterior and just interior that looks like a loogie.
Yes.
Oh, which sea
Yes.
creature smokes the most? I think is the. Yeah.
Yeah.
The pufferfish.
Are there any?
Zing! Zing, bang, boom!
It honestly took me a second. I was like,
I had that one locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Laffy Taffy joke.
Right? Right. It's a bazooka joke, okay? It's better than Laffy Taffy.
All right.
a professional comedian
Yeah.
slam right there.
Why don't you drink?
Oh, I have a medication that does not
good.
go well with it.
Good.
Fair enough.
Have you had drinks in the past?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
have had-
started drinking probably like a year and a half ago, maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe longer. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with that.
I never drank that much even before, so it was not a big deal for me to not drink.
Sure.
But makes it less interesting to hang out at bars,
Oh
which
my
I do a
God.
lot.
I mean, I feel bad for the DD usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get all the free Coke you can drink, right? I guess, but
Right.
yeah, no, usually I guess.
You get a little diabetes and are annoyed with your friends all day.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah, there's like a threshold, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm always like, I always feel like, oh, I'll go to the bar and all my friends are there and it'll be fun. And then I get there and I'm like, oh, this is just not
you
that
guys are just,
interesting.
oh, you guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
are your friends cool about it? Because
Oh,
like,
they're very cool about it. It's just like,
My
everything
friends
is sort
would
of
not be.
punctuated by going, I feel like in Austin there's a lot of, one thing that was interesting is that in Austin, I feel like if I tell people I don't drink, people are very understanding and they don't generally ask more questions about it.
Sure.
Unlike you assholes.
What?
But no, I'm just kidding. I'm totally
I
joking.
stopped at that point.
Right, yeah. No, but they'll just be like, oh, okay, well, meh. And then, or they'll be like, oh, yeah, I should take a break too, or whatever. Because it's drinking town. But I went to LA and I would tell people I didn't drink and they'd be like, why?
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
they want you to come down with them or be together.
I
Not
guess.
just LA, but I think that's like kind of part of the human condition. Like Austin loves to drink and they're unabashed by it.
Yeah.
This is the most alcoholic city I think on earth.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
people
So
here-
it's
yeah.
surprising because I
People
guess
make an assumption like, oh, it's probably because you drank too much and now you're trying to detox or whatever.
Actually, yes,
Right.
that would be my assumption.
Yeah, totally. No, absolutely.
exactly.
But then in LA, it's like, well, why wouldn't you drink? I don't know. People would ask more questions. They'd be like, are you in AA? They would just ask more questions about it. And I was like, it's not your fucking business.
Right.
Like, why are you asking me questions?
well,
Yeah.
I could give you some cocaine if that would make
Yeah.
you more
Yeah.
comfortable.
No,
Like,
I found that really weird because I was in LA. I used to live there 15 years ago or so,
Yeah.
and
I won't stop talking about it.
I went there after living in Austin. So I went there like, go to a bar, we get drunk,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
Texas style.
Yeah.
And people would stare at me funny, going, "What are you doing?" Like, I'm drinking. I'm at a bar.
yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. yeah.
No, you're supposed to sit there and act cool and like have a couple of sips. Like, no, fuck you. I'm at a bar. I'm gonna drink. That's
Yeah.
what these things are here for.
Yeah, why waste the time?
Exactly.
You know?
So what my experience was, they were shameful if you had too much. Like, oh, you can't. Oh, you gotta look cool, bro.
Yeah.
They were on the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, because they want to have too
You
much.
got to pay $95 for a martini because it's better if it costs more.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
No.
Well, give me 3. Give me 3 in a pint glass and watch me chug this.
Yeah, but
Just give me the bottle.
Right, just give me the bottle.
no, I used to call it Texas drunk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see that.
I had a
Texas
couple
drunk.
friends who they would get embarrassed to be with me. I'm like, fuck you, I'm at a bar.
Yes.
Just suck it.
Right.
Bitch, I'm from Texas.
I kind of like, or the people that will just, I just, one glass of wine with dinner. I'm like,
That's fine.
I can have tea if I'm just gonna have one. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also never got that. I never got the like, I'll just have one for the taste. I'm like, I don't like the taste of
No,
any of this.
exactly. Right? No, exactly.
Yeah.
My point. Like, no, we're doing this for a reason, and like,
A good wine can pair well, and that's all I'll talk about.
I mean, I got it.
Yeah.
Right?
Chocolate really is the only reason to drink wine, I think. And also locale.
Yeah.
But
But no one ever drinks beer for the taste, ever.
Oh no, there's a lot of craftsy dudes.
you wish. You wish,
sure.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Uproar, rabble.
The beer snobs are strong in this town.
Yeah.
aren't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. And we have a lot of them that listen to the show.
Yeah, they do. Hi, Adam.
I feel like I can hear the comment section lighting a flame as you
Just
say this.
groaning.
Dylan doesn't
cracking
like
their
beer
knuckles.
continuity. Like, tell them what you think, people.
Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and take our first break.
Cool.
I'm going to get a refill,
Nice.
and we will have more with Sara Chen. Yay!
Her job title is going to be background dancer in rap video
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yeah.
Segment 2.
Hey.
I think we're still trying to name this segment. We should just call it the unnamed segment, but it is fun to ask special guests.
What about the Magic Mike segment?
Like, well, let's leave it up to Sara. Sara, if you were going to name segment 2, which is open topic,
Okay.
what would you call it?
Open topic.
Just open topic? The open topic segment?
You could call it open topic. You could call it wide open. You could call it
Should we-
the opening. You could call it you could call it
opening.
OS.
Okay.
You could call it open forum. You could call it the Agora. Lots of
Wow,
things you
she
could
is
call
All
it.
right, Chris,
I did go to college. so.
repeat those back to me.
no, I was just gonna go with opening part 2, but
Opening part 2.
I like Agora. Like,
Agora's
it
cool.
sound like new listeners are gonna be like, oh, that's interesting, and they're gonna Google what's.
But what if you're afraid of it?
Well,
You have agoraphobia.
Stay inside.
Yeah.
I don't know
Stay
that
inside
they're our
those ears.
audience so much. Are we working for the agoraphobics? Are they?
That community is large,
I mean,
and they're frightened of how large it is.
They probably listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yes,
though.
they listen to a lot of podcasts.
that's their human connection. We need a live dial-in so they have someone to talk
right.
to.
We have the best podcast for that. If you're you're scared of everything else in the world, stay inside and listen to our show, and you'll just pretend that you're
Yeah.
with us drinking.
And we're hugging you.
Get drunk and call the
hugging you.
shot line.
Yes,
You just get it
412-440-7468. If you're agoraphobic, please call us. We want to hear from you now.
So call it open topic, or if you want to be pretentious, call it the Agora.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I,
Okay.
I think pretentious is fun in this context
The pretentious segment.
because we're normally pretty lowbrow. So just throwing on a random.
What?
Yeah. There, I said it.
Whoa, man. Jesus.
Sorry, guys. Did I?
Whew, tell me what you
I-
really
I guess
think.
if you want to
Excuse
really
myself.
bring it down, you call it the Agora.
Agora.
The Agora.
Agora.
Yeah.
And welcome to Texas. I'm a phobic.
Wasn't that one of the creatures
Gap.
that Godzilla fought?
No, it was no. That was from the. You're thinking of Dark Crystal.
Mothra.
Yeah, you're thinking of Dark Crystal characters.
Ah.
Yeah. The Agora. I can't do Muppet
Every
voices.
time I come on the show, I learn a lot.
You do learn a lot
Yeah,
from this
no,
show.
no, no.
You do.
I
Specifically.
if I guessed, you could put me in a room for a year and I never come up with Dark Crystal as a random reference. Well done.
Oh man,
well
no,
done, guys.
we're ready for all of Jim Henson's Creature Shop stuff.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So Sarah,
Yes.
what is it you do? I see that you're part of a group called Slobs.
Yeah.
That's the only couple of things I could get from your website. Those clips were funny.
Thank you.
You seemed funny, so I was like,
Thank you
"Whew,
so much.
relief." And then you
I
pronounced
guess we
it.
should probably preface this by saying that Chris suggested I get on the show,
Yes.
and you had never seen me.
Yes, yes, yes.
You
Well,
weren't just trawling the internet and then came
No,
upon my site.
no.
He's our talent scout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's our talent scout.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see this. See Slobs.
Yes.
I know that you were in the Austin's Funniest.
Funniest person. Yeah,
Funniest
yeah,
person
yeah,
Austin.
yeah. With many others.
Well, of course, it's not just you. Or
Yeah.
How'd you do if it was just you?
Funniest person in Austin.
The
me
brackets are
only,
really lame. Yeah.
Yeah, I made semis this year with funniest person in Austin, but
Excellent.
Not finals.
Oh, we've had a winner on before.
Oh
so
yeah, who'd
sorry.
you have?
Doug Mellard.
Oh, I love Doug.
Yeah.
yeah.
Doug's a friend. Not of the show, but he's a friend.
And not to me, to others.
He has friends.
He's friendly.
Yeah.
He will help someone move, not us.
Yeah.
Ride to the airport.
He'll split pizza, not with
Yeah.
us. Ride to airport, yeah.
Yep.
yeah. So how long have you been doing comedy?
About 3 years, I guess.
And do you
A
hate
little
the word
over 3 years.
comedian?
It's not. Do you mean comedian?
Comedian, like if someone tries to...
Like with a double N and an E?
Yeah,
Kind of.
Kind
I
of,
don't
right?
hate it, but I don't love it.
it's diminutive.
It is a diminutive. It is literally a diminutive. Yeah. So we can just go with comedian, I guess. But comedian sounds sort of European.
Yeah, sure.
Sassy.
You just
Yeah.
keep adding ins to anything. It
Yeah.
sounds European.
Yeah.
So you said how long have you been doing comedy?
About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Have you lived in Austin your whole life?
No. I moved here about 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
From where?
I'm from California.
California.
Yeah.
Typical.
I know, right? I'm one of those. No, I'm from the Bay Area.
You usually
Oh, that's cool. That's all right.
Yeah.
you usually go to California after you
Yes.
do comedy, and you came to Austin for it.
Well, no, I came to Austin, and then after a little while, I started doing comedy, and
Yeah.
I liked doing comedy in Austin a lot. The Bay Area also is a very good place to start doing comedy, and I think either way I would have been fine doing comedy. I didn't have plans to do comedy when I came here.
Sure,
I was
sure.
just like, this seems like a good place to live. It's cheaper than California.
For now.
That was the-
Are you
yeah,
still
for
in the
now.
Bay
For- for-
Yeah.
There you go.
Especially-
Until
We're
catching
you guys
up.
all
Yeah.
come here.
We're almost there. So tell me about Slobs then.
Oh well, it's just a name for videos. So I started making sketch videos. I guess around the time that actually before I started doing stand up, I think. And I like making sketch videos a lot, and we just needed a name for it, so I called
Sure.
it Slobs. And
Is it an acronym or?
oh no, it's just
Good.
it's just a word. Yeah, it's
What's-
good. I
'cause
hate acronyms.
I hate them, man. They just make me think.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's it's a loose collective, and it
Go on.
It used to be me, and then my friend Eric Krauser, who's a comic in the Bay Area, is a friend from high school, and then various people in Austin. And one thing, well, I think that's kind of different about Slobs than most other sketch groups is that it's more like a production collective.
Right.
There's like a core group of people who write, direct, and edit. But then, as far as people that we have in the sketches, it's like we cast whoever we think is going to be good for the part. So there's like
Oh, cool.
you'll see a lot of different people in the
Yes.
sketches.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that, yeah, I like doing it that way just because I like, having lots of. There's so many good comics and improvisers and actors here that it's nice to do that.
Yeah. And pull from a deep, deep well.
Right.
Is community been good to you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cool.
I like people.
Do you prefer doing these this collective. Do you prefer that to stand-up comedy, or do you like them both, or would you prefer to stay?
I haven't been making as many videos lately as I had when we first started doing Slobs, but I don't know. It'd be tough to choose. Stand-up is a lot more social.
Yeah, absolutely is.
Yeah, so I think that there are some things you can do on stage that I don't have the budget for,
Sure.
to make a video about. I don't know. It'd be hard to choose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said earlier, not on Twitter,
Not on Twitter.
only
yeah.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, which is interesting to me because I see I'm
Twitter's
fascinated.
big for
I'm
comedy.
fascinated. Yeah,
Yeah.
fascinated by it, and I'm surprised you had a good reason, so you pass.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks.
but-
We'll allow it.
But like I meet people who are not on any social media whatsoever as a comedian. I'm like, but okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it's
It
like
works.
yeah. I used to have a Twitter and not a Facebook, and I didn't. And then people always want to be like, why don't you have a Facebook? It's like, I don't like Facebook. I don't
Yeah.
know to go with it. It's not a super deep explanation, but I figure yeah. I mean, then it really people depend on it so much for contact that I was
Yeah.
like, okay, if I'm gonna have a social media account, probably the most useful one to have is Facebook, and then probably get rid of everything. I used to have an Instagram, then I got rid of it, and I had a Twitter, and I got rid of it, but I have a website. I don't know.
Yeah.
You can go to my website.
Oh, what's your website?
It is heysarajune.com. June like the month.
Sara without an H.
Without an H,
Yeah.
yes.
S-A-R-A.
Yep.
Yes, excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah, Facebook is a.
It is an excellent domain name. Thanks. Thanks very much.
It actually
Picked
is.
it
It's,
up
like,
myself.
it's adorable.
Thank you. Oh. Yeah, there's a hair salon in Brooklyn called Sara June.
Yes, I discovered that when I was looking
You're
for your website.
yeah. Right? I think they have sarajune.com, I think.
Those jerks.
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so is your URL calling them out? Is it not?
Oh.
It's like, hey, hey, give that back to
Hey.
me. Yeah.
No, no.
It's my real name, damn it. Businesses are not people.
I got
Hopefully
idea.
they'll fucking go under soon, and then I can get that domain, that sweet, sweet domain name.
I hope they.
Fingers
I
crossed.
have to lose everything. I hope their kids
Yeah.
can't go to college. I want that URL.
What's it worth?
My friend, this comic Aaron Brooks recently bought. I'm so excited for this. This is kind of a plug. He bought the domain name turdlawyer.com.
Turd lawyer.
With no plans.
The
Just
tough,
like,
smart lawyer.
I'll buy Turd Lawyer. And then he was like, I guess I'll make some. So I'm going to help him make these videos that he's writing right now. And he was like, I can't decide if I want it to be about a lawyer whose last name is Turd or if it's a lawyer who just specializes in turd-related cases. And I think they went with Turd. So it's about a lawyer called Stuart Turd.
I like that better.
Well,
I like
have
that
got-
better, too.
Yeah, we have a lawyer
Does
named
have to be
Funk
either
in
or?
town.
Yeah, no,
I
it
mean,
doesn't have to be
right.
either. It's
So
a good
Funk
point.
and Turd, they could partner up.
Funk and Turd, yeah.
Yeah.
The law offices of Funk and
Fucking
Turd.
Turd, yeah.
Really
I
good.
would
Yeah.
watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Rizzoli and Isles, Funk and Turd.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah. Characters
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's the wrong
That's the
network.
wrong network. I know. Damn it.
I'm really excited for that web series. Turd Lawyer.
That's a. It sounds like
We could probably just rip off
It's got legs.
half the lawyers in Austin and just redo their commercials. Like the one guy, I look like a rock star, but people don't think I'm a lawyer.
Oh,
'cause,
David Comey?
yeah, Comey.
Yeah, the lawyer that rocks.
The lawyer
Yeah.
that rocks.
Yeah,
I always
and
see
there
it.
actually is the Funk and Associates, and then there's the who's the one that was
God,
in
it
the
sounds
new?
like a Parliament album.
Yeah. Hey, it's one of their B-sides.
Yeah.
It was,
It's a deep cut.
and Associates.
yeah. It was privately produced. Wasn't one of the label releases. And there was the guy that was recently in the news for the pinata thing a couple months ago. He was,
Yes. The pinata
Oh.
thing.
but he was saying
Max
some really
Killer.
no, it was not the pinata. It was the dude who put the fake stickers on the east side of
Oh,
South by.
Oh. Wait, that was a
He
lawyer?
wa- yeah,
Yeah.
it was a
Yeah.
lawyer.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those white people only stickers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yes, that guy.
Can only have one POC at any time.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good.
So, yeah, so we have a great little troop you can just draw from.
Pretty fucking motley crew of lawyers here in Austin.
Yes. Well, because there's so much drinking going on. You gotta have options.
true.
You know. Yeah.
Well, when your options are that bad, you want to go with the turd.
Yeah.
Go with the turd.
Stuart Turd.
You know,
May the turd go with you.
tough on the outside, mushy.
Nope.
And,
No,
Nope.
nope, nope.
Nope. Too far.
I'll be over here.
No, I appreciate that. It's not your fault because that would have been clever. But whoa, man,
Vodka
it
soda is delicious.
started to turn into those Kinder eggs. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't want to see an unpacking of that.
Especially if it's,
one of the caramel ones.
So you're gonna help work on.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna shoot those and probably edit them for Aaron and Pat Dean's another comic who's writing Turd Lawyer. I just don't want to stop saying it. Turd Lawyer.
Turd lawyer.
Turd Lawyer.
I mean,
Aaron's super funny. I'm really excited for the series. I think it's gonna be really good.
how long would each episode be?
I think they're like webisodes. It's a web series. I think it's gonna be like 2 minutes.
How long does it take to browse Reddit?
I don't.
Well, you have to have some commercials.
Oh,
Yeah. Definitely the 2 minutes, but 10 minutes with commercials.
Yeah, of course.
It's commercial
Like
break every
character
15
development
seconds.
and-
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight for you.
I mean, it's basically going to be a ripoff of Better Call Saul, you know. I mean, but
Yeah.
but miniseries.
It's Better Call Stu.
Better Call Stu.
Yeah. Turd Lawyer.
Better Call.
It's just, he found another one that I can't remember that's really good.
What
But
else?
anyways, he just I think it's an interesting way to write something is to buy a weird domain name and then be like, I'll write a story around this
And
phrase.
figure it out from
yeah.
Back into it.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. He buys these like $10 domains because nobody wants them.
Right. Can you imagine that 25 years ago when it cost $10,000 to buy domain, like
God.
I'm going to sit on this
Yeah.
and then sell it to Budweiser or something.
Yeah.
But like to sit on something and say like someday this is going to be an awesome skit. Like
How far we've come.
right,
Just wait.
right. Well, I mean, like Arrested Development did that, but they didn't do it like every single
Bob
web,
Lala.
everything
Blah, blah, blah.
existed on the web at the time.
Oh, really?
So
Oh,
like
that's so great.
the support group for Never Nudes,
Uh-huh.
any website you saw on or they talked about it
that's so
all,
good. Yeah,
they
always
actually had the URL,
existed.
yeah.
Yeah. Just like Space Jam is still a thing.
Oh, yeah, really?
That
Space
website's-
Jam is still a thing,
website's
yeah,
still
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah,
That's
actually,
website's
that's true.
really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that idea, and they can only exist now. Like let's spend $10, and yeah.
Turd lawyer.
Broad
Turd
City
Lawyer.
has one. I think the character of Hannibal Buress' character refers to his blog called The Al Dente Dentist, where he makes a different pasta every week. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'll look this up. It's real. It's,
Is it-
Yeah, they made a. There's like 6 posts.
They do.
It's good.
I feel like they do a really good job. Like it or hate it, they do a really good job of like getting the details right.
Yeah.
There was an
Mhm.
episode where there's a shellfish allergy, and
Oh God, that was one of my favorite episodes.
and like one of the characters is a shellfish
Yeah,
allergy.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like. At the beginning of their dinner, when they're eating the shellfish, she's just kind of splotchy.
Yeah.
And it swelled in a way that like you.
the makeup on that was great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And it lasted like the next day. She
Yeah.
still had a little couple
Uh-huh.
like in the hospital. Whatever.
Yeah, and then
like,
her
oh.
lips are swelling, and it just ugh. Yeah, it builds perfectly.
Like,
yeah.
and also like when the other character got pumped full of steroids, and
Adrenaline, yeah.
she smashed a glass in her right
Yeah.
hand. She picked up the girl who was having the allergy thing, took her to the hospital. The next day, the dress had blood stain on
Oh,
the
that's really
hand where
good.
she was holding. It's like that's
Oh,
excellent detail, man.
it's very good.
Love that stuff.
Yeah, I like that
Not
show.
take it too far in Broad City, but what else is next for you?
Oh, let me see. Should I plug now? Is this plug time?
Or you can plug again at the end. I'm just curious,
Okay.
like what's all in the noggin.
I'm writing some longer stuff, trying to write like feature length stuff, and then
And also keep in mind that anything you say on the show is property of Drunk Ass
property.
Live.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right,
well,
that's
Trademarked.
sorry, Aaron, I sold Turd Lawyer.
You made $20.
There we go. I actually just finished shooting like a pilot that we shot on spec. Me and a couple of other Austin comics wrote this pilot on spec, and we actually wrote it as a web series first, and then we really wanted to shoot it, so we raised some money, and then we decided to shoot it as a pilot instead. So we just finished that, which was really exciting. It was like the longest thing that I've ever shot.
Yeah.
So I'm editing that right now, and then just doing comedy, man.
Comedy, man.
Just fucking
fucking
writing
loving
just
and writing
doing
it. Yeah.
Just living life, man.
Oh, yeah.
LIVIN.
Getting into the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Excellent.
pretty much it. Yeah, I'm not going on tour or anything this summer, sadly, but yeah.
Have you done that before?
Last summer, yeah.
Summer? Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Where'd you
cool.
go?
Oh, well, it was called the Good Grief Tour, and it was me and Lucas Melendez, who's another comic here, and Ramin Nazer, who was another comic here who now lives in LA.
Okay.
And we went from LA. We went from the Bay Area up to Seattle and then back down.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
it
Yeah.
was great. It was really, really
Oh,
fun.
man.
It was a beautiful drive. Just
Oh,
everywhere.
of
It was
course.
a beautiful
yeah,
drive.
Yeah. That's like the best stretch of land.
I've made
though.
that drive.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
To see the ocean and the mountains.
Yeah. A lot of redwoods.
love all
a lot of
those things.
huge redwoods and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It's really
And of course, the town of Weed, California.
the town of Weed.
Is
yes.
that a place, Weed, California?
There is Weed, and there is
Yeah.
also Yolo County.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Which existed long before.
Oh
Drake.
no,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
We did a show in Arcata, which is in Humboldt County, and that was a pretty fun show. Yeah. We got paid in weed in a lot of places, but I don't.
Northern California.
Yeah. And it was Ramin is the only one of us that smoked weed, so he just got all of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Best
He
trip
really
ever.
made out like a fucking bandit. We did the show in Santa Cruz, and we all did like 6 minutes. Like, it wasn't even a real show. It was just like a showcase that we were like, let's hop on. And then they gave us like $30 worth of weed. I was like, Ramin, this is all yours. This is all for you.
Please tell us what it's like.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Trade this for something else.
Yeah.
right. Let's
I was
barter
like,
up.
can I get a fucking burger or something? Like, but no.
Some nachos. For
Yeah,
this
get some
deal.
nachos somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, what's the exchange rate?
Wheat's
All right.
nachos probably pretty high.
Yeah.
All right, I got some fat nugs, and I want to trade these for Taco Bell.
I found in Arcata there was this just nug as long as my fucking thumb on a desk, and there's this comedy magazine up in Humboldt called Savage Henry, and so we did like their podcast and stuff, and they were like constantly smoking blunts, and we walked into their production office and
Viciously
it just,
smoking blunts.
It smelled like grape swishers like everywhere we fucking went because they were smoking these grape blunts all the time, and everybody in Arcata was like huge, like they were these tall big dudes with big beards, and everybody looked like a fucking Hagrid. Like I felt like I was surrounded by Hagrids, and they were all super super nice and real funny. And they were like, let us smoke you out, let us buy you pizza. But then they were like, let's go get pizza. And I was like, yeah, let's do that. And they were like, oh, there's a pizza place just a few blocks away. I was like, great, let's walk. And they were like, no, we're going to drive. It's like,
It's still California.
yeah.
It's still California.
It's
yeah.
still California.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's foggy as shit. But yeah, it was like, they were like, it's kind of uphill. And it was like a 5-degree incline. It was really.
That's forever when you're high, though. Like,
And when you're a half giant.
and if you're half giant, yeah,
Yes.
Right.
you have to lumber.
Yeah, there
everywhere.
was
yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of lumbering. That was a fun
Lumbermen.
place, though.
Beard maintenance.
Let's take one more break.
Oh.
Or not one more break. We have another break.
Oh.
And then we'll come to segment 3.
Save the last break.
A little bit more with Sara. I didn't know that That's So Raven was part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey!
Segment
Ooh.
3, the Fighting 3.
Fighting 3.
Fighting 3. I have
Are
a
we
shot.
fighting this?
No, this
It's
is
just
the
the
name.
that's just the boom raw
Clink,
Hey.
clink, clink,
thing.
clink.
Oh, sorry.
There we go. Yeah.
Cheers and cheers to Adam McWaters of being our audience member today.
Yay.
I love you
Thank you.
too.
That really is tasty,
It's like
guys.
country time.
Yeah, I know.
A lot of shot though.
It,
So much news in the world today.
Oh, the Donald.
Oh, the Donald.
I'm excited to talk about this.
Third segment's usually like topic segment.
Okay.
Sorry. And it's up to you if you feel like talking about any of this. You can
Okay.
you can put like actually a new rule for guests. You can just put a full stop. You can say we're not drunk enough for this.
Okay.
Allow the guest to use that.
Yeah.
Is anything in the news recently that piqued your interest? Something that you wanted to bring up?
Really, just the raven riding on the back of the eagle that I spoke of earlier.
Excellent. Yeah.
yeah,
Was
that's
really cool.
My number one news story that I'm into.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, is gay marriage is it too old now? Is that old news?
So last week.
I
Yeah.
changed my Facebook picture back, so yeah, it's not
Forget
rainbow
about it.
anymore. Like
Forget
yeah,
about
Oh,
it.
so it's official.
official. Yeah, yeah, officially bored with it now. Still pretty cool, except for in Texas.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
there's people who are threatening to not honor the law, and there's the one guy,
Like the governor. The governor's one of those people.
the Attorney General
Yeah.
of Texas, like saying, "No, I'm encouraging you as civil servants to refuse to serve
Yeah.
the
Well,
the
just
public."
just encouraging treason, essentially.
Abbott actually passed the law, or was it passed, or is it like in the works? I'm looking at it, but that allows. This is the dumbest thing. It allows a clergy member to refuse a wedding service, which is what they already can
Right,
do. Why
yeah.
it doesn't have to be legal, except for the I guess,
Courthouse thing.
protect against liability. Yeah,
pretty
yeah, yeah.
big thing called separation of church and state.
Right.
that I heard of once,
but
I
not
don't
in
know.
Texas.
Not in Texas.
Yeah.
But yes, so that's cool. Because I know also Williamson County is one of the counties here in Austin, Texas, and they were not giving out. Yeah.
Licenses?
Well, yeah, they were not giving out licenses because the form did not have the. It wasn't like man and man. It was still husband and wife. And you couldn't put husband
That
and
makes
wife
sense.
or something.
Well, you have to consider that it is still a state bureaucracy. There's going to be
Yeah.
some time to
Of course.
reprint all the forms, which has to go through this process of requisitioning new forms to be made. There's going to be some delay in that.
Well, but Alabama shuttered their doors to all marriages.
Yeah.
What?
No, this is
Oh my
this is
God.
what I was going to bring up
Yeah.
as soon as there was a pause. Yeah. So it's Alabama has gone a long way down this road Mississippi and Oklahoma also
Yeah.
have things in the works of they're getting rid of marriage licenses.
Are you?
Well, I knew that Oklahoma had one that
Yeah.
was going to be. It was going to be up to clergy to determine who should be married, and not even being a state thing anymore.
Right.
It's up to the clergy to give out the certificate.
licenses, yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so
Which-
we're totally just completely doing away with the whole facade that there is a separation between church and state in
Yes.
these
Well,
states.
yeah, essentially, yeah.
No, I mean,
In Oklahoma.
I kind of like the idea, right? Like, why
Me too.
why does the government, like, why isn't it strictly a religious ceremony? Like, why do you need the government to?
Well,
Like,
'cause
if
it's
marriage
you
didn't
know,
exist, I
yeah.
don't know that you'd invent it. Baby, I love you. You know what we got to do? We got to get the justice of the peace in on this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I love
Right.
you. I love you so much, but we need a third party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need some lawyers.
Third opinion.
I think that's a Stanhope bit.
Is it?
Like-
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like it exists as two things, which is a religious ceremony, and then
Middle finger.
you get, and then
Yeah.
fuck everything else, and then the government benefits. There's all these government benefits, which
Yeah.
is why most people want to get married, not because they, I mean, as far as gay people go, that's why they were fighting for it. It's not
Right.
because they're like, I really need a bishop to
prove
approve
it.
of my marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like because I want to go see my partner in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
if they ever have to be in the hospital. So. Yeah, I don't know. If a clergy is the one that's handing out the marriage licenses, then of course they don't have to because they have the religious freedom to not do that.
Right, but then they also have the ability to do it without the state's intervention, which is the
Exactly.
positive part of that
Right.
change.
Yeah.
Because like if you want a Jedi wedding
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
want to marry your best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and
Or-
it doesn't matter what their
Yeah.
gender is, like,
Or-
yeah,
You could
Yeah.
marry a
Let 'em do
table,
it.
right? If the state's out of it,
Oh,
and
sure.
it's just
Yeah, let's go down that road.
No, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm just saying, like, right? Like you eliminate the
next
entire
thing-
problem,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Next, gay people want to marry their Lane Bryant
Dogs or
or
turtles
whatever.
or
yeah,
whatever it
yeah.
is
That's
that we
how it
wanna
starts.
go
It's
with.
always
Yeah.
how it
Right.
starts
And
because turtles can consent.
Yeah.
Woof.
wait. I'm not sure if I won this debate or not.
No, yeah, I think we're on the same page with that. I think we all agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent.
But this
Next
is
up.
dumb.
It is dumb. Yeah.
Really dumb.
What else? What else happened to this? So we know that Donald Trump is an idiot.
Man, he's special.
He's such a special
So
dude.
I've only heard a little bit about this, just him saying he hates immigrants and specifically Mexicans, or is it just immigrants in general?
Mexicans are rapists.
well,
Okay,
what he
uh-huh.
said was that Mexico
Except some are okay.
is sending their rapists, and it's easy to confuse. It sounds like he said Mexicans, they are rapists.
Okay, so he was saying that Mexico. So we're like,
Yeah.
he's implying that we're the Australia of Mexico.
Well, no. If I may, he actually did say
Oh.
the problem with immigration is all these Mexicans are coming over, and they're not sending good ones. They're sending
Yeah,
rapists.
yeah.
They're sending drug dealers.
He says they're
Okay.
rapists, they're drug dealers, and he said, and some of them are all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that
I'm sure.
that incensed. Yeah.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm sure he meant Esmeralda, his maid. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sure.
She's one of the good ones.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Like Jack Donaghy, like, no, she can't. I can't pay her a normal wage. She'd starve to death.
I just watched the episode.
yeah. But yeah, the big thing with Trump is that after saying these things,
Uh-huh.
putting his foot as far into his mouth as possible,
Gigantic mouth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Univision has refused.
Oh yeah.
So Univision has refused to show
Yeah,
Miss
it
America
it
pageant.
started with Univision, which then he said, "I'm going to sue you for hundreds of millions of dollars."
And Mexico said, we're not going to be in Miss
Yeah.
Universe
Miss
or
America,
whatever.
yeah,
they're
Miss
yeah,
saying.
America.
and then NBC canceled Miss America,
Yep. and fired him from
fired from The Apprentice,
from The Apprentice.
And then Macy's,
Macy's.
and
Yeah.
there was somebody, and Serta mattresses. Both this week said, "Mr. Trump, you are no longer representative of our company values. Get the fuck out."
I don't mean this as a pun, but I did not know that Inserta. I didn't know Donald Trump was in bed with Inserta.
Oh.
Yeah,
what?
he had the most luxurious, glorious mattress you can buy.
Was it his commercial?
Was
Like,
he a spokesperson for them?
He had a Trump brand mattress.
Oh my god.
which is
He does have
kinda
a
weird
diverse
anyway.
portfolio of
Yeah.
interests.
Yeah. He says he has vodka. He's had steaks,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trump steaks.
He has a
that
building.
kind of makes sense.
Actually, it's funny. He doesn't actually own that building.
Really?
Yeah, only the name on the front and like 3 or 4 stories of it.
Oh,
He
weird.
sold the building like 20 years ago. It's
Yeah,
not even
'cause-
his.
That's
anymore.
amazing.
Well, they're taking the name off too. I thought that was a rumor that they were.
No, I think he still owns the right to that. But
or too many
just-
people
just
just,
the
pissing
name.
on the side of it.
but when he says it's my Trump building, it's like no, you own like three
Yeah.
levels of it. It's not really your
it's
building.
it's
buddy.
Trump fourth floor.
Yeah, it
That's what
was his
is.
building, and he sold it years ago.
the Trump wing,
Yeah,
where he keeps his wigs,
yeah. The most luxurious.
the softest wigs.
He
I love
actually
your Trump impression.
Oh, your money
the,
back.
the most luxurious wigs.
well, he actually said that one of the things he was going to change when he becomes elected, he's going to change his hairstyle and comb it back because this just takes a lot of work. Yeah,
like-
Yeah,
Does he do
he's
that
got, he's
work,
got to
though?
run
He's
the free
definitely got
world.
a
He doesn't have
stylist.
time for all
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's gonna go gray and fall off.
my
It's like
God.
pledge
Dang.
levels. Like, all right, so if you guys elect me, I promise, First, I'm going to change my look. And then more inserta. 5 Rabbit. Oh, yeah. 5 Rabbit pulls the beer from Trump Hotel. Will sell at 32 others.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the hotel, the Trump Hotel in Chicago, they actually have a brewery.
They have a brewery called 5 Rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, and they made a Trump brew,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
They changed it to Fuck Your Hair, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
There was another brewery that had a beer called Trump something, and they changed it to like.
Was it an official Trump beer, or did they just name it after him?
It named
sort
after
of
him because it
illegally?
was they were a Latina cantina, I guess, right? So the
A Latina Cantina.
yeah,
Ah.
so
LC.
they were insulted a tad.
Sure.
And they're in the Trump building, which is why they had a Trump beer.
see.
To which they said, you know what?
Let's change the name of this.
Yeah.
It's now ass hat,
Wow, that sounds
wig
great.
bottom.
This was so inevitable,
Yeah.
just for Trump to say something really, really awful and terrible.
Now,
It's kind of beautiful.
No, it's
the
great.
really weird thing about all of this is his numbers have gone up.
Really.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he's actually like
Of the worst people in the world.
He's like the second front runner now.
Oh my God.
He's actually gotten more popular in the past week.
What do you say, Chris?
I was gonna say, like, I kind of want to watch everyone. So I just read this in the Texas Tribune this morning. The most outspoken person in the Republican primary against Donald Trump. 2, 3, Rick Perry. Rick
Really?
Perry has
Whoa.
taken him to task by name.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wait, Rick Perry.
When I read this, I was like, I want to see what the guys are going to say about this. Like,
Did he write an
he's the
editorial?
only
It was like that
no, and
written by
it started very
no
vague.
like Donald Trump.
Yeah, can he spell Trump?
Right.
Well, he has glasses now.
Me no like Donald Trump, and hear me reasons why. 1, I forgot. 2, get back to me. And the
Official
third
press
one.
statement from Rick Perry. Donald Trump, no thank you.
No,
period.
No,
Well, we had a bet
He
once.
signed it.
right. Insert a good, Insert a good. I don't know what to do with like a Hulk version of Rick Perry. Insert a good. Insert a good.
Well, just pray on it. You'll come up with an answer.
Oh sure, pray.
Yeah.
Pray for
Yeah,
it.
Rick Perry style.
Well, pray the opposite because that's what
Well, no, but he prays for the economy to get better.
he prayed
and-
for
and
rain, and then fires happened.
Yes.
So he's like a gypsy curse, like
But he's our gypsy. curse.
Monkey's paws.
yeah. These are monkey's paw. Yeah. Except for he always forgets the third wish. Yeah.
I shouldn't have clapped.
No,
That's
it's
good. You didn't slam the
For
table.
the sound effects, yeah.
What else was in the news? Donald Trump is just everywhere, man.
Yeah.
We do have a thing, and we write some stuff out, and we talk about some things. What was in the news that you liked, Chris?
That I liked? Oh,
Or that you
wow,
wanted-
that's harder.
that you wanted to
That's
talk
harder
about.
to talk about. Yeah.
Ant-Man? What's about Ant-Man?
No, Ant-Man's
Yeah, Paul
interesting.
Rudd's abs. Yeah.
Oh, God, they're
Paul-
great. They're excellent.
He gave a whole another thing I saw this morning. I didn't plan on this one. He gave a whole interview where all he did was there's no nice way to say it. He farted in reply. Like it was a leather chair, and he would just scoot in the chair, and it would make a fart noise.
Oh
and
my
he'd be like,
God.
"Oh my God, I'm so sorry
He's a
about
genius.
this." No, and I mean it's like 3.5 minutes, and the poor
amazing.
interviewer girl is like, "I don't." She finally gets flustered. She's like, "I don't know what to do," and he's like,
Oh.
And
"She's like,
he does this.
how do you feel about the
Pulls up his
helmet?"
shirt.
And he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess
That's
I don't know that I did
amazing.
anything interesting in the helmet. Like, did you do anything unique in the suit?" And she's like, I
Squirt.
was like, "Well, my stomach was a little upset at certain points, but otherwise, I don't."
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's hard to exaggerate. Like, he literally just
Paul
kept
Rudd.
squirting.
Well, because Paul Rudd had a running bit where he would go to Conan, and
Oh, I love that.
and
And he'd bring a clip.
he'd bring a clip. He's like a clip from a new movie. It's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, the thing is like, and it's always the same clip from Mac and Me
Yeah.
of the kid.
Like falling off the
Falling
cliff.
off the
Kid in a wheelchair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
rolling down a hill, and
Pretty
then falling off a
horrific.
cliff.
It's horrific on a lot of
Yeah.
levels.
Yes, it's the
Yeah.
worst in all the ways, and it's the official goodbye video for Tim.
That's right.
Pope
Well,
Tim
and it
when
got
when won.
flagged because you put that on there.
It got flagged.
Yeah.
Or like it pulled.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, that's a bummer.
Aw.
Wait,
I didn't. Was Lucas
What?
litigious still?
That guy.
No, of course not. No, that's funny. But yes, I like that. That makes me
It's
happy.
very good.
Marky Mark
There's-
drunk on UK talk show. Screech
Oh.
sentenced to 4 months in jail.
That's right. Screech. Yeah.
I was confused by that one.
Well, he stabbed a guy.
Well, he stabbed a guy, but I heard he got out of it.
Oh, okay.
I heard
No
he
longer
beat the
confusing.
rap.
Well, he beat the felony charge, but he still was
Like the
sentenced
civil
for,
charge or something?
No, he was sentenced for misdemeanor for I guess carrying a concealed weapon.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
basically.
he's
So it's okay to stab the guy just as long as you don't
Well, no, well,
like
they-
you grab it on sight.
I guess they proved that the stabbing was, I guess, a self-defensive thing, so it wasn't a felony crime. But he was still sentenced for carrying a knife in a bar.
Okay.
so he's rich,
4 months up the
Yeah.
river.
but he's not that.
well,
rich.
he's white, so
well, right.
No,
right.
it was all
That
like-
gets rid of the knife thing, but he doesn't have the money to wipe
Yeah.
it away.
he doesn't have OJ money. He's got
he doesn't have.
he's got Saved by the Bell residual
yeah, he doesn't,
money.
he doesn't have Motley Crue money.
save
They-
Save with the Bell at TV Land
Yeah.
money. Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of TV,
TV
land,
land,
that's right.
Oh yeah,
What's
do
going
we
on
want to
with
talk
TV
about
land?
this?
Something else that happened pretty recently.
Yeah,
A Confederate flag being pulled from Walmart's and Amazon's because it's a symbol of hate. Whatever.
and
You know,
treason.
That old.
Because people made a big deal about it being a terrible thing.
Yeah. Finally.
Yeah.
And the backlash has been really frustrating because they pulled a Civil War game from the Apple App Store because it has a Confederate flag in it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of misunderstanding the whole game is about the Civil War.
Right.
Yeah.
And then they also pulled a game called Wolfenstein 3D from the App Store because there's swastikas in it because your character is killing Nazis and like you don't want to. Anyway.
Yeah, there's
But-
a little bit of context missing there.
But Dukes of Hazzard, the General Lee, my favorite car growing up. I didn't even care about the Confederate flag. I loved the shit out of the Dukes of Hazzard when I was a kid. I had a bunch of toys and
Everyone did. I had a lunchbox.
Yeah, fuck yeah,
metal
right.
lunchbox with rust and everything. My
Right.
sandwiches were delicious.
and the roof of the car had a Confederate flag on it.
Uh-huh.
And now the show has been completely pulled from TV land.
yeah.
Um,
Mind you,
because-
no one has ever said, "Yeah, watching Dukes of Hazzard reruns made me want to kill black people."
well, I mean, not out loud, maybe. Not around other people.
You'd be surprised.
Like,
The internet's a big place.
It's a big
That's
place.
true.
Yeah.
Although in the Dukes of Hazzard movie, the one that the Broken Lizard guys made,
Yeah.
they actually have a scene where you go, "Fucking racist." They're actually calling them out on that thing, and that was 10 years ago. So
Is that the one
we've
that Jessica
already
Simpson
been
was
there,
in?
guys.
Yeah, Jessica Simpson was the
she was Daisy Duke.
She plays Daisy Duke,
Yeah,
whose shorts are always too short.
yeah.
or are they just the right length, Dylan? Are
We'll leave
they
that up to
just the
you to
right
decide,
length?
listener. You can call 412-440-7468. Tell us what you think about Confederate Daisy Dukes, or anything you like, or
Okay.
about going outside. How is it?
What's it like?
Well, yeah, what's it like?
Agoraphobia callback.
You can also email us at questions at drunkcastlive.com if you were too scared to use a phone. Let's go ahead and take another break, and we'll come back and do our toasts. And we love you.
Yay.
Baywatch was also Baywatch for girls.
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Yay!
Segment 4. The
Life's miserable.
Fantastic 4. Life is miserable. And we're all going to live. I think we had a good time here hanging out at Don's
I
Depot
think we
with
should ask our guests.
Sarah
if she had a
June.
good time.
You
I had a
good
very good
time
time.
so
Thank you very much for having me.
Excellent.
For a
Excellent.
sober person.
For Sarah. Yeah. Probably the best time. The sober person who, like, I was thinking about this earlier when you talk about going with friends, the only person who's not drinking, and you, like, probably at some point look like a prairie dog, like, looking around like, "God, can I get out of here?
Yeah.
Everyone else is just
Yeah.
like, please.
Yeah, everyone's just sort of. I'm like, let me hold one ear because you're talking real loud, but I want to talk to you. You're my friend, but like, let me just stand a little further away because you don't need to be.
Like
Yeah.
grabbing their face and just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, I love you too. I love you too.
And then taking it off.
Face.
Face. I get it now. This is the toast segment of the show. If you'd like to do a toast, you are welcome to. Sorry. Anything that you've learned.
I will let you lead
or
by
loved.
example.
Well, I'd say to the Trump. To the Trump for being a better man than
Trump.
all of us.
The most luxurious
Bringing it out.
candidates we have right now.
Not afraid.
Not a-
to
most
express
luxurious
himself.
candidate.
Yeah. He's the most honest out of all of us.
Man, can you only imagine the White House if Trump... He put his name on the outside of it.
Oh, sure.
Gold toilets everywhere, obviously.
It would be
Yeah,
like
like on the
Elvis.
lawn, just
Elvis
on the
getting
front
elected
lawn,
president.
Gold toilets.
Yeah, the Air Force Trump. Yeah.
Is he one of the candidates who would actually say, like, you don't even have to pay me?
I'll do it for free.
Yeah, like, there's at least one candidate who said that, like, right? Like,
Really?
maybe Mitt Romney, like, oh, you don't even have to pay me because he's rich.
Actually, I think that came up a while at some point in the past, like
Some
15
crazy
years.
person.
But there actually is a rule against that being something you can do. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to get paid.
No, he has. I've heard him say like,
Yeah, but
no
there's-
one's gonna buy me
yeah,
off.
but
Like
some
I don't.
candidate- Yeah,
Yeah.
that has happened the past 15 years where someone said that and there's rules.
Oh,
against
shit,
it.
excuse me. Also,
Sorry.
Donald Trump, where's your long-form birth certificate, you asshole?
I want to see proof.
He refuses. He refuses to give that up.
Because he's an alien.
Because he's an alien.
I also want to see his tax return.
Literally from Mars.
I want to see his dick.
The most luxurious.
Gold-plated. 400 thread count.
It's pure
On-
24 karat cock.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't get his tattoo, so I just write Trump and Sharpie on it every day.
In gold.
In gold. Gold Sharpie.
Paint pen.
Yeah.
Get him at Michael's.
Yeah, use puffy paints. Puffy paint because I'm a fancy lad, you know?
The most luxurious, puffiest paint.
I got a wig, you know?
I love how everyone has a Trump impression, and they're all distinctly different.
Yeah.
Yet you know what they all are.
I think they are all our versions of Jon Stewart's version.
Yeah.
That's
exactly
true.
it.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true.
All of my
I'm very
impressions
rich.
are of Jon Stewart's impressions. Like whenever I do the whole like pulling your collar,
yeah.
always a Jon Stewart impression.
We watch Walking Dead at the Jackalope on Sundays when it airs, and I feel like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, it should be at least one character in every episode that does that pull. Sorry, I asked.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Right.
Yeah. Loosening the tie.
White Walkers.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah, and then also have Danny Glover.
Of course,
Danny Glover meets Rodney Dangerfield there. I don't know.
Get too old for this shit. No, I'm not even trying. Sarah, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank
This
you
is
for having me.
time
Hey,
for
Sarah.
you to plug some stuff that's coming up and stuff you're doing. And I know you have a show tonight, but this episode will come out Wednesday next week.
Yeah, I have 2 shows. I guess I'll plug. I'm hosting at Cap City in next weekend, which is July 8th through
Excellent.
11th, I believe, for
Cool.
Matt Bearden, who is on KLBJ. He is a super, super funny guy, former funniest person in Austin, still very, very funny person. And I'm hosting at the Velveeta Room for Aaron Brooks, who I spoke of earlier,
Yep.
Creator of Turd Lawyer.
Creator of Turd
Lawyer.
Yeah.
Lawyer.
And
That's on
is
TV.
Look it up.
yeah, that is the last weekend of July. So come see those shows because they should be really fun.
Excellent. And then we can find you on the web
At heysarajune.com.
and
And Facebook.
Do you
And
like
Facebook.
do you like
Sarah,
to give
no
it out,
H.
your Facebook?
Oh, it's just. I mean, it's Sara June. Yeah, it's a public Facebook. I don't really put anything. Although I did just recently put up a really good video of my friend and fellow comic Christina Parrish post wisdom teeth extraction. She is real fucked up, and I took some iPhone videos of her, and
Is it
I
like
just
7-year-old kid in the back seat quality?
Like,
You know?
is this going to be forever
There's
fucked
just
up?
it's really she told me tries to tell me about something that she saw while she hallucinated. So
Nice.
it's very short. I recommend it. It's one of my favorite things I've done this week.
Let's do it.
Is it
Yeah.
is it actually funny, or is it just some passive aggressive attempt to get people to ask you to not give them rides
Oh,
after
no.
they go to the dentist?
Now that's a good idea.
Tired of this DD thing. Yeah, fuck you guys.
She enjoyed it a lot. She enjoyed it later. when
Remember,
I-
guys, if I'm driving you home, I'll remember all of it.
Yeah, no, but she was like, "Will you give me a ride?" And I was like, "Only if I can tape you." And she was like, "All right, I'm into
Excellent.
that." Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. Toast to you, to the drunk cast.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Very sweet to Sergeant.
Definitely want you to come back whenever you want to.
Thank you.
Just pop over. I'll give you my home address. You just like, whatever. Talk about turds.
3 in the morning. 4 in the morning.
Lawyers.
Turd lawyers.
Turd lawyers.
Turd lawyers, yeah.
And I'm going to get
It's
you
not
to.
crude.
Yeah, this is
that's
I'm not an
she's
animal.
the classiest.
The most luxurious
most
dude.
luxurious turds this side of 8th Street. Come on down. The Donald Trump's Turd Emporium. Chris Lloyd, thanks for coming and hanging out with us.
Anytime, guys. I love
We
when
have
you have me on.
Christopher Lloyd here.
You're always excellent.
Yep.
Always excellent. Dylan, thanks for helping me run
I
this
show
thing.
up. Yeah.
And if you like this show, you want to know more about the show, you go to drunkcastlive.com. That's drunkcastlive.com. We are at drunkcastlive on Twitter. We are facebook.com/drunkcastlive. You can find us in the iTunes store. If you do find us in the iTunes store, please rate us.
Yeah, leave some comments.
The more you rate, the higher we may get. And someday, the world.
We should
Yeah.
buy like the UK domain for Trumpcast.
This guy's got a voice for podcasts. You got a voice. You got a real podcast voice.
I appreciate that.
We have the faces for it. Really,
I think they used to say radio back in the 1800s. They used to say you had a voice for radio,
voice,
and
voice.
now we'll call it a voice for
I
podcast.
know.
Face for radio is
for the
mean one.
Marconi, I believe.
For the Marconi.
You got a face for the gramophone, kid.
Hey,
Hey, Travis, a real good voice.
his master's voice, yeah.
You can find us the Zune store as well, which I still don't believe is a thing.
Wow. Okay.
I think you can actually download the show on an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One. And then 412-440-7468. That's 412-440-SHOT. Call the shot line, leave a message. And also, Sarah, if you're in a situation where you're driving some people home and some goofy stuff happens,
You should call the shot line.
call the shot line.
Just call a shot line and leave a message.
Leave a voicemail,
Yeah.
and then we'll
No.
play it on the show. And
or
we'll,
maybe when you're hosting next weekend at Cap City.
Oh, perhaps I
right on
will.
Ooh,
stage.
that's a good idea.
Oh, excellent.
They play it uncensored. I've tested this theory.
Oh yeah.
No, I really,
Nice.
I've pushed the
Yeah.
limit on the shot line. Yeah. It's not just a plug.
questions at drunkastlive.com, and also that's it.
I think we got it. Yeah.
Oh, youtube.com/drunkastlive. You want to see videos of what we've done in the past?
Oh, can I plug my YouTube channel?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Well, there's some videos on my page, but you can also go to youtube.com/Sara June. That is SARAJ00N.
Zero, zero in.
You did all elite.
A little bit of lead
wow.
speak,
Yeah.
yeah.
Elite with two
Speak.
threes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Haven't heard that.
Yeah, go do that. Go click on things and put some thumbs up and and like the things that we do, because it's really good when people like what you do.
It helps.
It's very nice.
And we like you.
Yeah, and we love you, and we hope to see you next week. Podcast responsibly.
Hey.
Bye.
So it's That's So Raven.
It's
Wow.
Just kidding. She can see farther than 2 minutes into the future. Let's not be stupid.